this is one extreme example that people just spend their life savings to help the needy. But I don't think you guys want to do until this extent.
If you want to be successful, it's not enough to use your own ability. You must receive help and guidance from your connections, right? You don't need to be so guilty about it, because at the end of the day, you need to feel good because you are doing good stuff, and the person who are helped by you who feel good as well.
35,000 down to 40,000 is 21,000 of lives saved every day.
That's definitely more powerful than just mention about 14,000 people die every day.
Yes, so this is actually the you will hardly see in any news or any post on social media.
Just do one small thing every day, then you may have the chance to create.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Future Builders Podcast by Empowered Liion. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Ballerina. We are here to help you to turn your passion into a fulfilling career and live a life you desire.
It's possible to make money doing what you truly love, and we are doing this right now.
Yay! So Daniel, have you ever been hearing people saying that if you want to impact the world, you want to change something, you need to put in a lot of effort, a lot of time, and sometimes it's very hard for you to do it alone.
Yeah, because those people who create an impact on the world, they are usually like top 1% of the people, like those successful entrepreneurs.
Yeah, they need to have certain ability or the knowledge to create impact to the world, right?
Yeah.
But actually, I've come across a book called The Infectious Generosity, and the author actually told people that actually you just do one small thing every day, then you may have the chance to create an impact to the world. Also, last week we have been talking about the negativity bias, which means people nowadays tend to focus more on the negative and fast things and focus less on the things which are positive but slow. And also, not even in the stock market example that we provided last week, also in the daily life, even advertisement that you have seen on social media. For example, an organization that help people to lose their weight. Their aim is just have everyone having their weight in normal range and enjoy the life to the fullest, right? But their advertising method tend to be quite negative because they won't be telling you about the benefits after you lose weight. However, they will be showing you that a lot of people are so slim, they're so thin, but you are the one obese. It's like you can't be involved in their group.
So you are the outlier if you are obese.
Yes, this can be their headline. So I actually don't feel very good when I see this kind of advertisement, but it actually create more sales to them. So I think maybe why don't we create those positive impact to our society, and at the same time we can earn something as well.
True.
Right? Let's go back to the plane crash example just now. Let's say a plane that crashed, there were 200 passengers. 100 people died from the disaster, 50 people just injured, and there are 50 passengers who survived from these major events. However, if you look at the news, they will put their headline as 100 people died, 50 people injured.
So there's no mention of like how many survived or how many were saved.
They will put it inside the content, very small font inside, but on the headline, it's always a negative one. So they actually have the choice to put the headline as maybe 50 survived instead of the negative one, but they chose not to.
So all these, right, they are actually the hidden positive in the events, in the news. And I want to cite an example in the book. It talks about the children who suffered from malnutrition and who died, especially in Africa. There are a lot of children like this, right?
Those underdeveloped countries.
Yeah, so based on the statistics, in 1990, there were 35,000 of the children who died every single day.
35,000 every day.
Yeah, this is a lot, much more than the plane crash one.
Definitely.
Yeah, and throughout the years, right, because the world is getting better, the medication is getting better, it's improved. Today, right, there are just 14,000 deaths.
Okay.
There's still a lot, but you can imagine 35,000 down to 14,000 is 21,000 of lives saved every day through these 30 years of improvement.
That's definitely more powerful than just mention about 14,000 people died every day.
Yes, so this is actually the hidden positive things that you will hardly see in any news or any post in social media.
Recently, I always saw an advertisement from a very famous organization. I bet everyone here, no matter which country are you from, no matter which language you speak, you definitely know this organization, but I don't want to reveal it in this episode because we are not targeting to them. We're just talking about their ways to like advertise things. So in the video that they showed us, they says we all have a lot of resources in our daily lives. For example, clean water, nutritious food. However, we should all help the people in the underdeveloped countries to help them get more food resources. This is a basic needs, right? So why don't we help them as well, since we have so much? But then the next scene that says there are how many people suffered from these things. After I watched the video, I actually have a very deep bad feeling towards the people. I feel so, guilty because I'm enjoying all these resources that I think it's a necessity in our daily lives, and we deserve to have this. However, we are not helping people that deserve this as well. So it actually makes me feel so guilty and I have the feeling to help them as well.
Okay.
So I think actually we don't need to do this. We don't need to make people feel guilty. Then try to help more people. We can actually, I don't know, but just try to spread more positive things. So they help people and at the same time they feel good.
Yeah.
Because they feel they are so good, then they help people. Not because they feel they're guilty, then help people.
Okay, so help from the positive emotion instead of the negative ones.
Definitely.
Yeah, so this leads us to the next topic. Why do we need to start generosity right now?
As we all mentioned just now, those negative information are overloaded on social media or in daily conversation with people. For example, like I go to hospital for my work. When I ask people, how do you feel today? How was the shift? Then they will say, so tired. So instead of spreading more negative things that can ruin someone's day, why don't we start with the positive ones since they're so impactful?
Yeah, so this is the first reason, right? We just give more positivity. And then the second reason is that right now people value the non-material values more than ever. Like 50 years ago, 30 years ago, people work hard because they need money, they need food. But right now, people are looking for joy from experiences or from the connections.
I remember last time we talked about the book, The Buddha and the Badass, and that actually shows the 4 clusters of human needs. So having food or drinks or those basic things, actually you can imagine a pyramid and the necessities to help us survive is the bottom layer.
Yeah.
All the way down there. And then when moving upwards, right, that means like when we get more and more things, how can we feel happier? So on top, there's like you can learn more things, improve yourself that can make you happier, and even you receive those great news, those positive news, then it can make you happier than you get a lot of things.
Definitely.
So I think most people right now, as long as you are advanced enough, you should have like appreciated the non-materials values more than the material stuff.
Yeah, so this is a very important reason why we need to start now. And the third one, right, is that you can see the sharing potential today, right? It is essentially unlimited.
Because just one click will do.
Yeah, you just do a one click, you can just share your thoughts, share whatever things that you want to talk about, share any events, recent events.
For example, like on the social media, I just came across a post that sharing that how can we help more people, or even what have they done to help people. We can just simply click share button and repost the post, or even you don't want to repost it publicly, you can just share it to one of your friend or even your family
Yeah,
members.
just send the link through the chat.
Yeah, because it's totally free. What you do is just a few seconds to click the button, but a lot of people feel not to do that. Instead, they will share more negative news to their family members, which I think it's time for us to make a shift. Why don't we start sharing the things which are positive to people and start making their days?
Even in Empowered Liion, we are doing our part to share, right?
Definitely. So in Empower Liion, we have been sharing a lot of insightful content, those knowledge that you can't get from anywhere else so easily in our previous episodes. And also, we have been talking about our quiz, which is the Stay or Slay quiz that can help you define whether you should stay in your current job and continuously do your best to contribute to your organization, or it's a time for you to seek new opportunities that can even embark your life more. So if you find the contents and the quiz are super useful to you, why don't you just share it to people, no matter it's a friend or your family members, or just simply somebody who needs it to transform their life.
Yeah, not only you are doing your part to share, those people who might need this information, they will benefit as well.
Because they might not know Empowered Liion, but just because you share this to them, then they suddenly know us, then just nice the content can help them. So you're doing one good thing.
Yeah, and this also leads to the next reason why you need to start generosity right now is because reputation is a currency nowadays.
Because everything is transparent on the social media. You can't do any bad things because it can be spread very quickly.
Yeah, so when you do the good things, although it might accumulate slower than you were doing the bad things, but it accumulates. And along the time, those people, the right people, they will notice what you are doing. And one day, if you need help, those people may be a helping hand to you.
Yes, because you're creating a very positive, very good image for yourself. Who will want to look back in front of people, right? So we should all start doing good things, not because of you want to help people, but help yourself as well.
Definitely. And then we move on to this question. Maybe some of the audience have this question. Let's say if I'm helping somebody, but my intention is for my own good because I want to improve my reputation. So I do the things that are good. So is this considered ethical or not?
Oh, this is a very good question because it seems like you're helping people, but you're helping yourself more.
Yeah, so there are, let's say, a lot of companies that do CSR projects, meaning to say they do like community service, and then they just like take pictures, take videos, and then they make it into a marketing materials to show that how good they are. So is this a good thing or a bad thing?
For me personally, I think, let's say you're helping someone, but then you're making their life better, right? You're not making their life any worse. You create a good impact to their life. At the same time, you're making good impact to your own as well. So I think it's actually acceptable because you're not scamming people. you're not creating any bad things to others.
I think I'm on your side too. So my thinking is that as long as there are people who needs help, they are getting help. This is good enough because they are getting the benefits. So if you give someone benefits and then because of this, you benefited you yourself as well, then I think this is not a problem.
Yes, however, for those people who just pretend they're helping people, like they donate money to someone, then after they take picture, they post it on the social media, then they ask for the money back. Then I think this is not a very good thing because
this is a totally bad
it's
action.
a scam. Yes, and talking about this, I know a YouTuber, a very famous person whose channel name is Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
He is actually helping a lot of people from many years back then until now because he has a lot of money. Then he just invite people for games, and after they complete certain tasks or maybe survive in the supermarket for 1 month, then you can get this amount of the award.
Yeah, the amount is like life-changing money to those
Maybe 1
people.
million.
Yeah, like 100,000, 1 million, that kind of thing.
So for him, actually, there are good and bad voices at the same time. For the good one, people would like to join the game because they really need this money to help them solve their life problems. However, on the other side, there are people saying that Mr. Beast doing this just because of he wants the reputation, he wants more reach.
Yeah.
So that he's doing this kind of thing to maybe, let's say he want to help people, but instead he's helping himself more.
From my point of view, as long as the person gets help, the person gets the money, then it is good.
Because at the end of the day, even if the person who failed to do the task or who wanted to quit the game halfway feel like they cannot take it anymore, nothing happened to their life.
Yeah, it's like back to normal, right?
Yeah, because they can just treat it like they have never encountered this opportunity at all, and nothing happened to their life. They can just do whatever they were doing previously to get a living or whatever.
Yeah, in contrast, right, this show called Squid Game.
It's very popular right now.
Yeah, so they also do a similar thing, right? They invite people to join a game, and then the winner takes like a huge amount of money.
However, this is bad. I would say this is totally not a good stuff because you might see they're helping you, but there are only one winner. So only one person will win from the game. And how about the rest of the participants, right? They were just being shooted and then they just end their life there. So I think they're not creating a good impact to the society. Imagine you are the winner, but along the way, you have like indirectly killed the person, killed the body who accompany for few days. So I think although they are helping a person, however, they take away many lives. So I think this is not a good practice.
Yeah, so those losers, they are not like back to their original life, but instead they just die. So this is not good.
I would rather they do it this way. If you lose the game, those losers will be remove their eligibility to join the game in the future, so that you're just back to your previous life, do whatever you're doing without losing your life. Because I think life is the most important thing, because it's not about just you alone, but the people who love you as well.
Agree with that.
So it's okay for you to do good stuff, but at the same time you are creating good impact to yourself, instead of you're doing bad stuff but only benefit you alone.
Yeah, then we move on to the next one, the big one. How do you guys get started in spreading positivity to start being generous to others?
Because like saying is very easy, but when you actually do the thing, it can be quite tough and quite challenging.
Yeah, in simple sense, there are two things that you can give. You can give something that's in the form of money and something that is not in money.
And previously, we also shared that when you want to donate, right, you can choose to either donate money, donate your time and energy.
So in terms of money, right, now you can help to just like the simplest is just donate money or you donate groceries to people who need help. But it comes to a point that if you started to do these kind of things, right, when you start to donate, right, when you donate like let's say one organization, you'll find that there are like thousands of other organizations that needs help. And then the more you donate, it feels like the more people needs help, and then you get guilty because there is like just so much that you can give. You cannot just like give your life savings to others, right?
And you feel like you're just helping 10% of the needies instead of like helping everyone. However, you must remember that your ability is limited. You cannot assume that you can help everyone in the world. So helping one actually is good enough.
Yeah, and in the book, right, there's this guideline which we think is very useful in determining when should you stop giving. Like, what is your limit? What is the threshold?
So for Islamic person, they need to donate 2.5% of their total wealth annually. However, for Christianity, they just donate 10% of their annual income. I think this might not be applicable for everyone on this world because there are many different beliefs. However, this can be a guideline for you. So maybe you can just set a target for yourself. I want to donate maybe 5% of my annual income to the people who are in need. Then I think as long as you do your part, that's good enough. You don't need to be so guilty about it because at the end of the day, you need to feel good because you are good doing good stuff, and the person who are helped by you who feel good as well.
Yeah, because I come across this one dog shelter. The founder is an auntie who is right now about 70 years old. And what happened was that the first time that she decided to help a dog, right, was about 20 years ago, where there were a few stray dogs, and then she just put them inside her house to just keep them alive, give them food, and then more and more dogs coming in, like 50, 100 dogs. And eventually she had to sell her house in order to build a dog shelter for the dogs.
Because the dog shelter definitely need a lot of capital to keep it like ongoing, helping more and more dogs.
And what is the more tragic part was that because when she sold her house, she had a grandson. And then this grandson, because the lady sold her house, like the grandson just ignore her, like totally lose contact with her for many years already.
Maybe because the grandson thought that the auntie will give the house to him after she has passed away. But now the auntie has just sold her house so that the grandson will receive nothing except dogs.
Yeah, so this is one extreme example that people just spend their life savings to help the needy, but I don't think you guys want to do until this extent. So we give you a guideline from Islamic and Christianity to show you guys that you can just stop giving until you hit a certain point.
Yes, don't need to stress too much about this because the whole point is not about giving you so much stress, but you have to feel happy when you do the good stuff. Then moving on to the next strategy is that you can actually give attention to people. So very simple one, as we mentioned earlier, you can just, it's a one-click matter. So you can just share whatever you have done, or if you have not done anything, you can just share whoever has done the good thing on your feeds.
So this is what I have been doing as well. So since I think 2 to 3 months ago, I started this daily post whereby I either post what I have done, like good things, or what others have done. So I just share it, or I actually just share like some knowledge, like some concept, some knowledge. I just share it so that more people can learn from my post.
That's really good move because the more you share, right, then that means the more people will see this kind of positive things. And as time goes by, the more they see, although they might not be starting doing the thing, the positive stuff from day one. However, the more they see the positive content, then they will slowly shift their mindset as well. And one day, eventually, they will start doing their part.
Yes, this is really, really good. And the next one is you can share your connection.
Yes, because as we mentioned in the opening, if you want to be successful, it's not enough to use your own ability. You must receive help and guidance from your connections, right? So having connection is actually important. However, it's not that everyone will have this kind of connection.
Let's say if you have a friend A, who needs to do an event, but he or she doesn't know how. Then you come across friend B, you know friend B who is specialized in event planning. So what you can do is you can just connect friend B to friend A. So that for friend A, right, he or she gets the help that it is needed, and then friend B can make an additional sales.
So the bridging is actually so important that you don't only have one person but another person as well.
Definitely.
So start being the person who create the bridge for people so that one day if you need help, someone will be there to build the bridge for you.
100%.
So here comes to the end of this episode of the Future Business Podcast by Empowered Liion. We hope you have learned something and start to spread more positivity to your society and your people around you. You yourself can create a huge impact with just a small action. So we hope you have learned something by the end of the day, and before you leave, we have something special for you because we want to share more positive things to you and help you to build a life that you desire. So you can head over to our Stay or Slay quiz at www.empoweredliion.com/double-s. It's a great tool to help you decide whether you should stay put and continue to do better in your current position, or it's time to switch to a new career and seek new opportunities that align better to your passion. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Future Builders Podcast by Empowered Liion. And we hope to share more insightful content with you in the future episodes. Stay tuned. Bye!